Probably not. Imagine me with a bunch of high school Massachusetts hockey
Imagine
players.
the vlog potential.
I will get fucking mobbed.
Yeah, you will. Straight up.
Maybe if we had a cameraman.
Hey, maybe if Petraglia was alive, that'd be cool.
Maybe a fucking
Great plug by me.
Mara didn't fucking bail on us.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Dude.
Sick brand. Are we recording, by the way?
Yeah.
Guys, what is up? Welcome back to episode 4 of the Mass Appeal podcast, guys. I'm your host, Shades World. I'm here with Tommy Garino.
It's your boy Tommy here. We are at the Hedge Quarters at Hedge Better in beautiful Braintree, Mass. We have episode 4 here. It's come pretty quick.
Actually has come pretty quick.
It's actually kind of crazy how we're already on episode 4.
I completely agree. It is kind of bizarre. We had a great interview with Langer last week, which was awesome. Killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Not a big deal.
That was like the easiest interview. I mean, I've never given a bunch of interviews, but that went very smooth.
I was literally like talking to somebody.
Yeah, just having a conversation. Awesome. And I really enjoyed like the content we talked about, like fighting, MMA. That's like right up my alley. So
I know it's good for you to kind of get your rocks off on that a little bit. You were kind of jacked up, could tell.
Yeah, it was cool. So what do we got on the docket today?
A lot of local and national sports news. So obviously this has been crazy for like the NFL free agency moves and a lot of MLB stuff as well. Let's get right to local, guys. We're going to start with the Pats doing jack shit and probably the most active free agency time that we've seen in recent memory, right? There's people flying all over the place, signing deals, making trades, wheeling and dealing. Pats have done nothing but actually lose people, which is cool. So it's not even like they're just replacing the people that they lost or bringing in like 1 or 2 big pieces. Nope. The Pats lose Ted Karras to...
Ted who?
Teddy Karras.
Teddy Karras. Who did they lose him to?
The Cincinnati Bengals.
Hey, the kid isn't following. Yeah, I did see J.C. Jackson.
No. That was my next one. No,
okay,
no.
I got you.
I was doing that as like a
hey,
like a
put me on the spot here.
No, I was just doing that as like a timing thing, not like a.
You were expecting me to. You laid me up and you were expecting me to dunk it, but I absolutely just
trying to get bump set spike right there. We ended up letting right off the.
I absolutely just bummed the fucking.
Totally fine.
It's all good.
Totally fine.
Anyway,
no, but the point I wanted to segue to is that Cincinnati immediately like addressing the offensive line problem. Right away. Mm-hmm. Him and Alex Kappa from Tampa Bay, actually. Gotcha. So they go get 2 of the biggest free agency pieces as far as offensive linemen goes. And what does that tell you? Cincinnati, been a mediocre bum franchise for their entire existence, wallowing in mediocrity and happy to be doing so. And what do they do the first day of free agency? They come out and go, we got a ton of cap. Think, they pay nobody. Who the fuck is even on that team?
Is Joe Mixon still on that team?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is he like their top? Like him, Joe Burrow, obviously.
Yeah, it's like,
but he's not getting paid right now. Is Burrow getting paid?
He's on a rookie deal.
He's on a rookie deal.
He's getting decent.
I'm saying like he hasn't made like crazy.
I think he
big
gets
bucks
like
yet.
I think Burrow. I think on his rookie deal he gets like a little over $10 million a year. Maybe it might not even be that much. I don't know. But Mixon, I think signed an extension for nothing crazy. I think they have him at like $4.5 million, which isn't that nuts. Which is fine. He's hurt every single year. He's been super inconsistent, but he just had his best season yet, so whatever. But think about it. Who do you know on like the Bengals defense?
Like no one. Literally don't even know anyone on the Bengals.
Yeah,
and they were just in the fucking Super Bowl.
They were just in
it's so crazy.
And that just goes to show you, one, what they were doing defensive scheme wise, which is clearly genius. But 2, like they obviously that offensive line was the big problem and big concern. They go land Ted Karras and Alex Kappa, who are both guards, by the way, which tells me that they're probably going to go tackle in the draft, but whatever.
So what the fuck did the Pats do from here? What is left? Like what do we do?
There's still plenty of free agents left. I mean, you still have Allen Robinson, who's still a free agent. You missed on Amari Cooper. How about that move right there?
Missed on Amari Cooper.
We'll get to that in a minute once we get to the national segment. I keep bumping my nose off the microphone like an absolute idiot, by the way. I don't know if anyone's watching.
Sniffing the fucking...
Yeah, 100%. Just
sniffing the
getting
foam.
a scent real quick.
But yeah,
they lose J.C. Jackson for what it looked like. Jay Fine, what was the contract? 5 at 82?
Yeah, 5 at 82.
So what, 17, 18 a year?
Yeah, around that. I think even a little less. 16, yeah.
Big math guy.
Huge. Franchise tag would have paid him 17.
Yep.
You wouldn't have paid him 17 just for this year?
I would have given him exactly what the Chargers gave. That was not a crazy deal.
It's really not. He's paid. You would have thought he goes, I'm looking for Jalen. He did not get Jalen Ramsey money.
No, Patriots could have easily afforded that.
Yeah, I don't know what. I'm confused on what they were looking at here. Apparently, there's there's some personal red flags. He's late to meetings all the time and shit like that. We've been hearing different things, but at the same time, it's like, what is? he was looking to smash the. It's not like he's now the highest paid corner in the league. He's paid like where he's ranked.
It's like, why did we miss out on that?
Why do we? Yeah,
Does
I'm
Belichick have some massive master plan? Like, I don't like
is the only thing Belichick drafts worse than wide receivers is cornerbacks. That's it. He's got no eye talent for cornerbacks, and he has no eye talent for wide receivers.
And then fucking Chase Winovich just went to Cleveland.
They just swapped him with Mac Wilson from Cleveland. Yeah, I mean Chase Winovich really, he was kind of like a run around and make plays type of guy. He's not really like a. He wasn't like super coachable like or like really programmable to what Bill wanted to do. I guess I can't wait to talk to our guest next week about more of this stuff. By the way,
are we gonna leak that? Or are we gonna keep that under wraps?
I want to kind of. You want to keep that under wraps?
Yeah, let's keep it under wraps. Keep it under wraps.
You're a big no leak guy, by the way.
We gotta keep the people guessing. You can
exactly.
never show your cards too early.
We have a big guest next week, guys. That's gonna give us umpteen more insight into all this shit than either me or Tommy can tell you.
Yeah,
so.
Very experienced guy. We're not gonna get into it.
Exactly. Not gonna get into it.
But yeah, Chase Winovich. I think he definitely wasn't a big game changer.
100%.
He was a very image-wise. I always loved his flow. He got that look. He's like,
but again,
seems like a personality a little bit, but that's not winning you football games.
But again, second round pick,
right?
2019. Right. You're not on the team anymore. It was 3 years ago. Jay, fine. Pull up the 2019 Patriots draft for me. You want to get really weird here for a second? Pull up the 2019 Patriots draft and just read off the picks in the rounds. Go down by down.
Did we have a first round pick that year?
I think so.
First round pick. The last pick in the first round, we took N'Keal Harry.
Sucks.
Second round pick at 45 overall, we took Jawan Williams.
Sucks.
Third round pick, 77 overall, we took Chase Winovich.
Not on the team anymore, but whatever.
We had actually 3 third round picks.
Yep, that was this year. I remember this.
We had Damian Harris.
That was a hit.
Okay.
We had.
You're now 1 for 3.
Rodney Kajust.
Who the fuck is that?
We had
1 for 4.
a guard, Hijalt Froholt.
Not on the team anymore.
Not
Who
the
the fuck
team.
are you?
Jared Stidham.
Sucks.
Terrible.
Byron Cowart.
Sucks. Who is that?
D lineman, average at best, not even.
Haven't the Pats just notoriously been horrible in the
Yes.
draft?
Yeah.
It's just like
Bill has always been better at picking other people's missed talent than evaluating his own.
which is so fucking weird. Like, it's
So
so
weird.
weird. He always finds those hidden gems.
It's like he needs to watch what a player sucks at first
right.
to know where he would
evaluate them a
Yeah,
little bit.
exactly.
He's just a fucking weirdo, Bill
He is.
Belichick, isn't he?
What's the 2020 draft look like? Or can we get a thing on the 2020 draft? Just want to go over this really quick just to show how bad Bill Belichick is at drafting in recent years.
And it's crazy because he's like arguably the greatest coach of all time.
I mean,
too.
you literally just went 1 for 8 in a draft.
In a whole fucking draft.
And the one you hit on was a running back, which are a dime a dozen anyways. Continue.
So we didn't have our first round pick that year.
Okay.
We took Kyle Duggar with our second round pick, 37th overall.
Not horrible.
Not horrible, but when
Kyle Duggar's decent.
He's decent now. Remember at the time though, he was a projected 5th round pick. He came from a Division II school.
Right. That is right.
And we reached 3 rounds too high for him.
That's right.
Belichick.
So it sounds like he was appropriately scouted.
Appropriately scouted, but we could have gotten him in the 5th.
I'm saying where he was projected to be drafted was a 5th round pick.
Yeah.
Right, I got you. Okay.
Took Josh Uche, which I actually really like. I don't know.
I do.
why
Yeah,
Bill
that's actually a
kinda
good pick.
doesn't
That's a
like
decent
him.
pick. A lot of people like Josh Uche.
Afrani Jennings.
Who is that?
He's a linebacker. He still, I think, might be on the team, to be honest. I'm not. And then Devin Asiasi, Dalton Keene, which I want to just say at the time when I saw both of those picks, I knew those were garbage picks.
Yeah.
And then a kicker, Justin Rawwasser.
Oh, I remember that kid. The kid with the swastika with the white supremacist tattoo.
Yeah, is that what happened?
That was the kid.
It's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, that was the kid. Sick pick.
He's not in the fucking league anymore.
I don't even know where he. I have no clue where he is.
I hope he's.
And
I hope
then,
he's
Home Depot
then they
shoveling
took-
mulch.
Owenwu, the guard, in round 6.
Sucks.
So Justin Herron, round 6.
So yeah, overall, we've just sucked at drafting.
Sucked at drafting.
So what?
I heard 2 reputable names in 2 drafts just now. Bill just went 2 for 19. However the fuck many people that just was.
So, I mean, yeah. At this point, we're losing people.
So
We're
you know
not
what that
signing
tells you,
anyone.
buddy?
We're not trading. What the fuck do they do?
That means you better be good in the free agency market is what that means if you want to be competitive. But now, you know what? You're looking at last year, right? Was Davon Godshaw worth the money?
No.
Okay. How about Jonnu Smith, who's guaranteed how much money?
I have no idea.
$31 million.
Wow.
I think he caught 10 passes last year.
Did they think they were going to have like the Gronk Hernandez combo?
Yeah,
there?
100%.
And it
Because
just
Jonnu Smith's skill set mirrors Aaron Hernandez. He's he's only like 6'2".
Oh,
I say only 6'2", but like a tight end's typically like 6'3" and above. 6'2" is a small tight end.
when they made that, was it a trade or was it free agency?
No, free agency. He was with Tennessee.
When they picked him up and got Hunter Henry, like everyone was thinking like, fuck, like we're gonna have
but Hunter
a
Henry at the time
tandem
too
here.
was like a stub toe away from like his career being over injury wise. So it was like no
but like
offense to him.
the
like,
talent's there though. The skill sets are there.
Yeah.
It's just
the guy was just a voodoo doll at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Right. He picked it up towards the end of the season or the second half of the season this past year.
I mean, it was him and Kendrick Bourne where Mac Jones is, saving grace all year. So
we all agree they got to make some sort of move.
And here's the best part is everyone else is getting better.
It's insane.
Miami's been spending some money. The Jets just brought in what's his name from
DJ Reed.
DJ Reed. No, Justin Reed. The kid from Houston.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the cornerback.
Oh, maybe there is a
they
DJ
did.
Reed.
They just took DJ Reed from Seattle. 3 years, $33 million, the cornerback.
Okay, so they're spending money. Yeah. The how do you call it?
Jordan Whitehead. They just got
Yep.
Jordan Whitehead too.
That's right. Yeah, so the Jets are spending money, and they got high draft picks, man.
Uzomah.
Oh, Uzomah, that's it. They got Uzomah from the Bengals, their tight end.
Gotcha.
So yeah, there we go. But yeah, that's gonna. So the Pats have gotten worse, objectively worse. It's not even like you stayed the same. You just got worse.
If you're Bill Belichick right now, what's the move you're making? Oh, what do you try? Who's
I'm throwing my checkbook at Allen Robinson.
Yep. You were big on him in last.
Big on him. I'd even maybe
podcast.
bring in the Honey Badger for a year, even though I can't stand him. You need to bring in a wide receiver. You need to bring in someone on defense. Oh, somebody else just got. I'm calling Bobby Wagner. Going, what do you want?
Bobby
to come
Wagner.
Here? He's still a free agent. You tell me you can't get him on a cheap 2-year deal. He's got to have some gas in the tank.
Might as well. Veteran presence.
There's other people out there, man. I'm trying to think of who else. You lost out on Randy Gregory. He fucked the Cowboys over in one of the Broncos. But
would you take Stephon Gilmore back?
yes. Yeah,
100%.
absolutely on a 1-year, $13 million deal.
We got
Chandler Jones. Would you take him back?
I'd take Chan Jones. He's free. He's a free agent too. I forgot. There's still a ton of names out there.
We got holes to fill, baby. We got holes to fucking fill.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pass rush, cornerback. Like you can take whatever the fuck you can get at this fucking point.
Yeah, 1,000%.
So
would you have traded Mac Jones to get Russell Wilson?
30.
Total quick side note.
Fuck, dude.
Yes, the correct answer is yes.
What's the package you're looking at?
Mac Jones, a second and 2 seconds and a third.
Actually, yeah, 100%. Because
you're insane. If you don't do that.
Russell Wilson's what, 33 or 34,
33.
and he easily has at least 6 good years left.
100% he does.
And Mac Jones, obviously,
He's
good rookie season, but it's still way too early to tell where the fuck he's gonna be.
His value will never be higher than it is right now.
Exactly. So,
I would have finagled it if I was Bill. I would have said he'd take Mac Jones 2 first-rounders and a third. See if you can get him.
It's just like Bill. It's hard to tell where his mind's at because he's so unpredictable with these things. And as a New England fan, you're like, "What the fuck are we doing in free agency in the draft?" But you always know like Bill will somehow figure something out. So that's kind of the point we're at again.
Bill's a good game planner, but he's also he. I think Bill falls in love with what he sees players becoming, or what they should be doing. Like as opposed to what they actually do on the field.
He like has that view that vision in his head of the potential, and he's like, I don't want to trade this away.
Yeah, but same thing like being with some chick who's like, yo, like this girl could be so awesome if she wasn't a psychopath.
Yeah, but she has 12 red flags and like has trauma she's putting onto you. Yeah, that type of shit.
Yeah, and it's like now this just isn't gonna go. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, get away from me.
But yeah, big hey here,
Pat's gonna make moves, and to pivot off of that, there's another local team that needs to make some fucking moves.
Do something. Okay, we get the Bruins here. Again, everybody getting better. The one saving grace, you know what the one saving grace the Bruins have right now is? As far as one, they locked up the playoff spot, which is fine. Mm-hmm. But, like, Fleury doesn't want to go to Toronto, from what I'm hearing and what I'm reading.
I fucking love Fleury.
Thank God.
He almost shut the lights out on us last night, too.
I know he did. I know
we got lucky and won an overtime.
This Manson trade pisses me off because they didn't even give up anything that crazy. Anaheim. What was the actual trade? Let me see if I can get on the phone real quick.
Yeah.
Hold on, because Jay Fine taking a little personal call ski here.
Josh Manson is it's Josh Manson, right? Not
It
John.
is Josh Manson.
Josh Manson, top 4 defenseman. Obviously, the Bruins could use some D in
And
the
like
core.
the perfect kind of defenseman the Bruins need. He's a big, nasty, tough veteran D man.
He's like a two-way guy too, no? Or is he
No,
more
he-
defensive?
No, he's more of a defensive guy.
Yeah. He's a great. He would have been a great addition. He would have been a great
awesome.
addition.
So they get Drew Hellison and a second-round pick, and Anaheim retained $4.1 million of his salary, which is insane, or half of it. I'm sorry. So they retained $2 million, which is like absurd. This isn't.
They're
even
getting
that crazy
Josh
of a
Manson for
package.
$2 million right now.
Yeah, he makes 4.1.
Wow.
Yeah, so
He
he's
would
a
have
free agent at the end of the year. I'm almost positive.
Okay.
Whatever, doesn't matter. Rent him, this Drew Hellison kid in a second-round pick.
for the Bruins who need to make a run, who need to push. You have, like we talked about this in the first podcast. You have the core right now. You have some vets. You have some younger guys. But the time to make a push is now. It's not 5 years from now.
No.
6, 7 years from now. It's now. So to rent a guy like that, that would have been the perfect scenario.
Absolutely.
So from this point,
And who would have cost Urho Vakanainen in a second
right,
round pick?
right,
Send him. Who cares?
yeah.
Send him. Manson would have been the perfect guy. The perfect Bruins defenseman.
When is the
Perfect.
Do you want to look up the trade deadline when it is?
I literally think it's tomorrow.
Is it this week?
Yeah, I think so. It's got to be.
It's got to be because the playoffs are coming up
March
in a month.
21st.
Oh, so it's Monday.
Yep.
Or is it next Tuesday?
Monday the 21st.
Oh, so it's coming up
Odds-
pretty damn close here.
Yeah.
Odds the Bruins make a move. What are we thinking?
I think John Sweeney has to make a move to keep his job.
They need to because yes, are they getting hot right now? Yeah, they're doing a lot better the second half of the season, but again, a piece away, a piece or two away.
Yeah,
What are we gonna
care
do?
about these games against the Kings and shit like that? I don't. Or you just beat the Blackhawks 2-1 in overtime, who suck.
Like yes, the Bruins. I would say the Bruins are definitely can be considered a contender, but are they up there with the elite teams?
Technically, any team that's in the playoffs, I guess, is a contender.
Yeah,
right?
but
So
you know
I
what I'm
you mean.
saying.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah,
Like
that's what I mean.
I mean,
right.
like the LA Kings are contender at this point
right,
because they're
exactly.
hot. But
I agree.
to really get up to that top tier of conference finals, Stanley Cup finals, not
Sure.
just getting past the first round, you got to make a move for someone.
You're not even remotely close to as good as Tampa Bay or Colorado.
And
right
who knows what the goalie situation is going to look like in a
You
month
don't
from
know.
now? Are they
You
going to be
don't know.
hot? Are they going to be cold? It's very unsettling to not have a number one guy.
100%.
We're going between
And I think
Swayman and Allmark.
I think you got to just bank on Swayman getting hot and do the rookie thing and hope he turns into Matt Murray for the Penguins or Binnington for the fucking Blues a couple years ago, right?
Yeah, let's just hope he doesn't flop like both of them.
Please. Guys, we're going to segue into the next segment here, national sports. Now we get to really open up the fun stuff here, okay? We're going to start with, guys, as everybody on planet Earth knew, the Pulse Tom Brady is now back. I'm not going to lie, I think he looks worse.
What do you mean by
This
it
is a
looks
bad
worse?
look. You were retired for 40
Oh,
days.
yeah.
Like, you look like an idiot.
100%.
You look like an absolute moron. This is so stupid.
Tom Brady is the most, greatest football player of all time. But the way he's going about this whole retired, I'm not retired thing, and it's so crazy because I would say over half the people when he retired knew he was going to come back.
100%. He was too good to retire.
You said it in the first episode or the second episode when we talked about it, like he's coming back.
It's 100% coming
He has
back.
that uncontrollable itch that he has to
100%.
play, that competitive edge, and it's nuts because the way he went about it, like the whole retirement on Instagram,
weird.
Like, what is his PR team
Why?
doing
I
here?
don't know.
What is what's the strategy here?
Or lack thereof. I have no idea.
He's just sitting in his bed. He's like, "Fuck this, I'm retired." Then he's like, actually, I don't want to be." You sound like you're like a fucking high schooler.
Here's
like, what
the thing
fuck's
is,
going on?
Colin Cowherd made a really good point. He's like, listen, I get that he has kids, but his kids are getting older now. And, like, when your kids get older, they don't really care. Like, they have options. They're going to hang out at their friend's house and stuff like that. It's not like you have a 4-year-old that needs their dad there every single day. Brady already missed on all that. Or was playing through all that and whatever, right? So it's like, what's gonna be left? You with your what? Like, it made no sense for him to leave right now, especially on a loss. I don't think he wants to leave on a loss either. Now, where does that put Tampa Bay? going into this season. They just lost one of their best offensive linemen. Godwin is out till the playoffs, just about. He tore his ACL in the playoffs. Chris Godwin.
Right, but he's going to be, you think he's out? Is that the timetable until?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. You're right. No. So he should be back by like a month into the season from what it sounds like. Into the regular season.
ACL recovery takes like 7 months, right?
Well, it used to be a year.
Yeah.
I say it used to be a career-ending
He'll probably be gone like maybe the first quarter of the season, but he'll be back definitely.
And they just signed to help him out. They just signed Russell Gage from Atlanta, which was a nice little pickup. I like that by them. Would have loved to see the Patriots make a bid at him. Would have been a nice player for them. Obviously not. If it makes sense, why do it?
But yeah, Tom Brady. Listen, every athlete. Every celebrity, anyone has a right to do whatever they want for their family, but I just think the whole way he went about it was a little unprofessional, and like that's so out of norm for Tom Brady.
It gives me Brett Favre vibes.
Yeah, because he's
with the whole "I'm back, I'm not back." It's almost like he likes the attention now more than he likes actually like.
It's like maybe I want a send off tour, like maybe I want to do something like that.
Please don't do the send off tour. Oh my God, it's the most insufferable thing on planet Earth.
I wish he went to Miami.
Flores fucked that whole thing up
because you said in that podcast, like he was looking at Miami. Your hair in Miami. Imagine if he got to play the Pats fucking twice a year.
He wouldn't care.
No, he wouldn't give a fuck, and I think that would be great for the fucking league. It would have been great for the division.
League. Right.
But yeah, no. Tom Brady, at the end of the day, I love him. But
I still don't think he likes Tampa Bay, by the way. Yeah. I think he's like done with it. I think he hates Bruce Arians.
I mean, he's just like a goon. He's kind of a fucking goon.
Bruce Arians is the king of thinking he's way more important than he really is. I guarantee you he would be like, yeah, the Super Bowl was half me and the players and stuff. It's like, no, you're a clown.
No, dude, you're just there.
Yeah, you're literally there. All right, so can we go through these NFL free agency moves that have happened so far?
Yeah, you want me to list off a couple of big ones?
Yeah, sure. Start with a look at Jay Fine, just prepared.
He's buzzing. Look at him.
Right off the top, we saw Randy Gregory at the last second yesterday. I don't know if you guys were following that.
Yeah, did he just tell them to fuck themselves?
He kind of pulled, what was his name? Remember the dude, the center from the
DeAndre Jordan.
He pulled a DeAndre Jordan, yeah, where he told the Cowboys he was going to re-sign, and then last second was like, nope, I'm going with the.
And if I'm not mistaken, the contract is almost identical, right?
It legitimately is like identical, yeah.
It's 5 at 70,
5
right?
70. I'm pretty sure that's what the Cowboys were offering him too.
That's hilariously ridiculous.
That's funny because that reminds me of, remember when obviously this is a coach, but remember when Josh McDaniels was allowed to be the Colts head coach, and then
great point. Last
minute. This was what, 2017? Brady was still there.
Yeah,
because
like 2016,
literally
17.
the week of, he was like, actually I'm gonna stay with Bill and Brady, which was also another fucking like weird move, but that's what that reminded me of.
Absolutely, great point. It's the same thing.
Got any other big ones?
Big get for Denver.
Yeah, very big get for Denver. According to the tracker, 2 out of the 3 available free agents still are on the market, and that's Teron Armstead and Von Miller, 2 people I wouldn't mind seeing.
Oh man, Teron Armstead, man, that guy's that's an all-pro left tackle right there, leaving the Saints.
Especially if you're losing Trent Brown, I would not mind bringing Teron.
No, are you kidding me? And you just lost Karras.
What about Big Von?
I'd get Big Von in here. I don't really like Von. I've heard different things about how he left Denver, which is like hilarious, even though he wants to go back. He does want to go back.
Because they're primed to win a Super Bowl
now? They're primed. Yeah. Right, exactly. So here's the thing. So apparently he threw like a Halloween party. He would throw a Halloween party every year. Von Miller would, right? Because he was like the senior guy and the team's captain, whatever. And like this past year, he asked guys to chip in for it. He had never asked that in the past. Apparently, this is what I heard.
Fun, eh?
And then, like, guys were like, no. Like, what the fuck? And then it caused this big fight in the locker room and stuff like that. And they were like, all right, well, we're
Wait, time out. A grown man who's throwing a potty, the potty he throws every year, he was asking people to chip in.
Yeah.
Imagine just being a normal person doing that. What if Jay Fine was throwing a fucking ripper here? He's like, all right, boys, you guys gotta toss in a couple hundred each to like make this work.
Unless we all decided, we want to throw down how much is it going to be for each guy. Not one, you're the highest paid guy on the team.
You're making fucking stupid money.
You're making 18 sheets a year.
To throw a potty?
To throw a Halloween party that probably costs $50,000 because you're in the NFL and these guys do it crazy. It's not like some fucking AmVet's fucking
100%.
Halloween party with a bowl of fruit
Yeah,
punch.
it's not at the
and
VFW. I get it,
and
but
a
like,
packet of Tostito chips.
what are we doing? Like but still, just like it just baffles me that like a grown man who's throwing a party is like, all right, boys, we gotta. It's not like it's like a team like. It's a team party, but it's not like as a team they decided, all right, we're going to throw this party. How are we going to go about it?
Yeah, that's
Von Miller, you're having people over your fucking house. Be a good host, you douchebag.
Or
What the
you
fuck?
picked out the venue. You're
Yeah.
like handling all the shit. Like what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
He needs people to chip in for the fucking for the Bears and fucking.
By the way,
booze.
not a big deal. Guest is coming to HQ next week.
Oh, you love that.
Yeah,
You
you
love to hear
love to
that.
see that.
Oh, sorry.
Guest
Side
will,
note.
guest will be here in studio next week.
Okay,
just wanted to tell you boys. I just got the message right now. I'm sorry.
That's huge.
massive.
Massive.
Not a big deal.
Massive
Big
for the
photo
pod.
up here coming, by the way, for the boys.
for
here.
sure.
What else we got? Keep going, Jay. Fine.
There's a
more?
couple of the other big ones, guys from the top 10. We saw Carlton Davies re-sign with the Bucks.
Okay.
Brandon Scherf go down
Jags.
to the Jaguars.
They're jagging off all over the place, by the way.
They are jagging. The Jags are jagging. Marcus Williams actually was, just as you guys started the pod, safety from the Saints.
Ravens,
agreed
right?
To the Ravens, yep, 5 years. Then, Devondre
Saints
Campbell.
are getting devastated.
Saints are getting devastated. Talking about putting a package together for Deshaun Watson, though.
Wow.
Are they really?
Interesting. So
Actually, every
is
team-
that smart right now, or do you just go? Everyone just left. Let's just rebuild.
Well,
Excuse me.
every team in that division except for the Bucks, the Falcons, the Saints, and the Panthers are all in on Deshaun Watson.
So what
And
happened?
they all suck.
So with the Deshaun Watson situation, 'cause I just saw something came out that like he got
He's not being criminally
he got
charged.
acquitted. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know acquitted if that's the right word for it.
Right,
but
I know what you mean.
There was like, but then they said, didn't they say there was like 22 other things that they were waiting on or something?
Might be civil stuff.
But he got like they ruled him innocent, right?
Yeah,
Off
he's
of
not
whatever it
gonna.
was.
He's not gonna get
All
criminally
19
charged.
charges.
All 19 charges.
That's
Which
fucking.
says something.
that is
You know what that
so-
is? You know what that is
so
above all else? It's scary.
It's
Terrifying.
fucking terrifying.
That's scary. As a guy,
anyone can say anything.
There
That's
should be
horrible.
19 people heading to jail right now.
heading to jail right now. This kid lost a year of his career.
Money,
Money.
cash.
I think he might have still been getting paid, by the way.
I'm sure he's got a good, nice savings.
Lost all his
but-
No, but
endorsements, though.
Lost all his endorsements, but I think he still had to get paid by the team.
Oh, I got you. But still, like,
but
you're-
even still,
but
it's
like
just being-
at the end of the day, his image is tainted because of that.
And you know what, too? And you know what the worst part is? Down the road, there's always going to be. It doesn't matter that he got acquitted right now. Down the road, there's going to be someone that's like, "Oh, didn't that guy get charged with fucking how do you call him being a creep and it's like, no, he didn't get charged or whatever. But then you have to get into the semantics of it.
That's exactly what I'm saying with his image. Like either way, it's
You're
going
right.
to always be tainted,
You're
and
right.
there's always going to be someone that brings it up or doesn't know the facts. And that's the whole ties into the whole cancel culture and all
100%.
that shit. It's the way the fucking
And
world
now there's
is.
nothing Deshaun Watson can do about it.
Right.
Nothing.
It's in the past now.
Now
but
it's in the past, and he just has to accept that. And it's disgusting, really, is what it is. It's awful.
if he got if 19 charges, if he got proven innocent for 19 of those, did it really fucking happen?
You swung and missed on all. Like there was nothing in
on.
19 of these cases.
It's crazy.
It's
to me.
insane.
It's
It
scary.
really
It is
It is
scary.
scary. As a guy, it's fucking scary. It
But-
really is.
I wish him the best. I hope they get through it and he gets signed and he fucking.
I do
keeps
too.
his-
I hope he goes on to be the best. I'm rooting for Deshaun. I didn't like him before. Speaking on him as a player, I think the diction is right. Talking about him when I think he really is a garbage time all-star. If we're talking about him as a player, think about it. Somebody made a great point the other day. The Texans are the exact same without him. They won the same amount of games. Think about it.
You don't think the Texans are you saying they don't necessarily need Deshaun
I
Watson?
think he's kind of overrated. Now, what's his trade package going to look like?
They're asking for at least 3 first-round picks.
Get the
plus some.
fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here with that, please. His trade package should be that, maybe even a little less than Stafford.
So you
Not
don't-
even close to Russell Wilson.
So
you
you-
can't value them at the same.
Yeah, so you don't think he's a franchise QB?
No,
right now?
not yet.
Shouldn't be valued at that.
Not yet.
How old is he?
26.
I think he's let me see. I think he's
26.
Yeah, he is. He's only 26
Yeah,
years old.
because you know why? He did 4 legit years at Clemson.
Yeah.
He was one of those guys like Dak Prescott. They did 4 years in college.
Yeah.
So he's 26.
It's crazy. I always think these guys are so much older, and then
I know.
you actually look it up, like, oh fuck, he's actually really fucking young.
Buddy, how about being my age and everyone's younger than you?
I know that's
It's
crazy.
so
huh?
weird. So
You're always
fucking
good
weird.
with the ages, though. You always like have a
you
good
like
idea.
that? I am all on the ball with that
Where do
shit.
you get that from? Is that like from Madden or is it like?
Well, that yeah. And
I feel like I get like a lot of
Buddy
my
is grinding
I feel like
franchise mode.
I get a lot of background knowledge on NHL from playing NHL. Like
Oh
I know
my
all these
God.
random people. Like it's
Right.
so weird.
And then you see the prospects that are supposed to be nasty in franchise mode. 3 years later, they're not even in the league. They suck.
Do we want to dabble into NHL?
Wait,
trades
no.
now?
You want to
Or
keep
do you wanna
going with
keep
the?
going?
Well, hold on. You
How
want
many
to keep
how many
going?
more big ones do we have?
Oh, there's
from
a
the
lot.
NFL?
And trades and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton. If you, just a couple.
Just
more.
keep going. Yeah, we'll just keep cranking it.
Christian Kirk, 4 years with the Jaguars.
A lot of people think that's an overpay, by the way.
I agree. Emmanuel Ogba re-signs with the Dolphins, 4 years.
Good pass rusher.
Charvarius Ward leaving the Chiefs to go to the 49ers.
I'm surprised they let him go.
I'm
They
kinda
need all the
surprised,
defensive
too.
help they can get.
DJ Chark going to the Lions.
How much money are the Niners spending on defense?
I mean, that's their only.
They had a loaded defense to begin with. I'm surprised they were looking for anybody.
Yeah. Well,
Keep going.
That's their only acquisition so far.
Yeah.
Zach Ertz re-signing with the Cardinals.
I don't know how. That's a 3-year deal too, right?
3 year, 32.
He's barely alive.
He had a good year last year.
I know-
He's only 31 years old.
I know, but he's a paper cut away from being crippled for the rest of his life. He's like the most injury prone player in the league.
Yeah.
That can't be a fully guaranteed, or there's got to be $60 of guaranteed money in that
Probably
contract.
a lot of incentives.
I feel like you got to fucking keep someone like that though.
Ertzy?
Yeah,
You think so?
he's a good fucking player. Like you said, he had a good season.
He,
I think I don't. Maybe they overpaid him a little bit, but I think they have to prioritize
You don't think it's
keeping
due, buddy,
someone like
3 years on a guy that's
yeah, that's
he
true.
misses like 4
Yeah.
games a year.
that. That's something to take into account.
Give me a
definitely.
1 year, 2 year with an opt out, maybe. Continue, Jay Fine.
I mean, the Dolphins added to that offense. They added.
Cedric Wilson,
Cedric
the kid from
Wilson.
the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Who is that kid?
He's pretty good.
Is he? How did I miss on him all year? What did he do?
Oh, he flew under the radar because they had CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper, but
And Gallup, who they just
and
re-signed.
Gallup, right? But when Gallup was hurt, he slid into that third slot. He was really good.
Was he real? I don't know how I missed that kid. I had
Yeah.
5 fantasy teams. I don't know how I missed out on
He
that
is
kid
good.
this year.
And then they brought in what's his name, the running Chase Edmonds
Right.
on a 2-year deal. So they're beefing up that offense.
They are.
Yeah.
They're trying to. There's nobody. I don't think they landed a big player yet. Like anything big on offense.
No one huge.
Yeah.
Those are the big names. There's still a bunch of people out there still in.
So you're telling me the Jags offered Christian Kirk that contract and let DJ Chark walk?
I guess so.
That's odd
Yeah.
to me. He just signed in Detroit 1 year, $10 million.
Must be. Even Detroit only bringing him in for 1 year. They must see something.
Yeah, they must,
Right.
especially for $10 million.
Yeah.
Continue. Anything else?
Those are all the big names.
I
mean,
would
there's
say
some
the
other-
Amari Cooper trade was the other big move.
Yeah.
A
Amari
5th and a
Cooper.
6th.
for Amari Cooper.
Now, what does that mean for his contract? Does that mean they're going to pay him the 20?
They would have to, unless he renegotiates.
That's insane.
Where'd he go
If
again?
that's Cleveland.
Cleveland. Oh wow.
Oh,
Cleve.
and Jarvis Landry just got released.
Yep.
Did he?
So who are the remaining free agents? Can we pull this up? I'm sorry, not to
Yeah.
keep you buzzing
Yeah,
around.
sure.
I just want to keep rolling
Remaining
with
free agents, we go Teron Armstead, Von Miller, Chandler Jones, Allen Robinson, Stephon Gilmore, Bobby Wagner, Tyrann Mathieu, Trent Brown, Akeem Hicks, Jadeveon Clowney, Dwayne Brown,
a lot of fucking
Gronkowski,
guys.
Bradley Bozeman, Odell Beckham, Derek Barnett, Melvin Ingram.
this. There is still some serious talent
Big
out there.
talent out there. Marquez Valdez-Scantling,
Yup.
Dante Jackson, Patrick Peterson,
Wow.
Juju Smith-Schuster, Leonard
Bum.
Fournette, Cordell Patterson, Leighton Vander Esch, Casey Haywood.
Wow.
Kareem Jackson, Jaquiski Tart, Byron Pringle, Jerry Hughes, Dante Hightower, Calais Campbell, Rasul Douglas.
Pat's
Bilal
got to
Nichols.
fucking do something.
If
Yeah,
they
bro.
don't do
Edmonds.
something
Holy
here, there is
fuck.
so much
There's a
out
lot
there,
of
man,
talent
still.
out
The
there,
first
yeah.
4 or 5 he listed, we talked about they should get, and then even under them,
100%.
there's so many more people.
Anthony Barr, Joe Hayden, Riley Reef, Rashard Penny, Terrell Edmonds, Chris Harris. I mean, Raheem Mostert. The list. There's a lot of people out there.
I can't believe there's this many fucking free agents.
And
That's crazy.
It honestly makes me feel a little better about the Pat situation. I was like, all right, there's a lot of options out still.
A little bit.
But like, what the fuck? Like, are we gonna
The
do
Chargers
something
are
about it?
paying people, though, by the way. The Chargers are breaking the bank. They're going for it. Dude, it makes you nervous. So many teams are going for it. It's insane.
The Chargers fucking division just got beefed up
But
too.
you know what, though? It's crazy because you're seeing these teams like Cincinnati and San Diego and the Chargers who were like career mediocre bum ownership things, like sucked, and now they're like going for it.
They finally like got up
And I'll
there.
tell you right now, Oakland, the Raiders better find a way to get better. They just traded Khalil Mack.
That fucking division is stacked, dude. I cannot wait to watch
Yep.
that.
Where did Khalil Mack go? The Chargers, right?
Yeah, the Bears sent him to the Chargers. Yeah.
Oh, the Bears sent him to the Chargers.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my bad. Yeah. So
It's gonna be fun to
Yeah,
watch.
it's
It's
gonna be
fun.
tough.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be interesting to see where these other free agents go too.
It really is. It's funny where it's weird thinking like, dude, there's a home for all these guys. NHL trades. Did we have any other big NHL trades? Just the Josh Manson trade, if you want to go over. I think we already kind of went over
We
that.
kind of went over it. I'm trying to.
All right,
think,
so we're talking about Can you pull up NHL trade rumors? Because the big one that I'm hearing right now is Kane to the Rangers.
really.
Imagine, buddy.
Wait, timeout. Patrick or
Oh yeah,
Amanda?
Patrick Kane.
Patrick
Oh,
Kane
yeah.
to the Ranges.
Oh yeah. Because
At
he
this
wants
point,
to play. He wants to play with Panarin again.
Yeah, dude, I forgot he was on Chicago. That's insane.
That'd be
Panarin,
yuck. That'd
dude.
be yuck.
I like the Rangers. I mean, like they're a fun team to watch.
Do you ever look at a team like them in Detroit and be like, why can't the Bruins even be this
No
young and
shit.
exciting, dude?
No
It's like, yo,
shit.
these teams are wagons.
And it's like
really,
Chicago's weird because like this, they're obviously not a contender, but they still have like a grinder team that like competes. Like they have assets.
They have valuable pieces. Like I like Kaner. He's got 2 years at $10 million left. Pay him.
Yeah,
I don't care. Keep it. Pay it. Whatever. They got guys like
fucking Marc-Andre Fleury even.
Fleury. Who else? That kid Brandon Hagel I like a lot.
Okay, yeah. I'm blanking right now. Who else is on Chicago? I mean, obviously they got Taze. Obviously,
Yeah, they do.
he's
Don't
still
they have-
grinding away.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch him though.
No, I mean he's
think
just
done.
yeah he's a fossil at this point.
Legit antique.
You want to look up how old? I'm sorry, I don't mean to fucking keep
Taves?
33. Taze and Fleury. How old's Fleury?
Fleury's 37, 36.
Yeah, he's gonna be getting up there.
Taves is 33, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Fleury would be an interesting guy to take in for a year or two.
The Bruins?
Maximize on his fucking last,
I think he's only got a year left.
squeeze his fucking last drops out.
I think he's got a year left.
But like, yeah, to tie into like, what the Bruins are at right now, they could use a number one goalie.
Oh, I would much rather have them be rotating Swayman and Fleury in the playoffs than Swayman and Linus Ullmark.
throw
That's
one of
not
them
even a
down.
fucking-
Throw one of them down to Providence. Let them fucking develop or whatever the
100%.
fuck, and maximize on Fleury right now. That
No,
would
not
be
even- you
an
can't-
interesting.
But you can't throw Linus Ullmark down in Providence. He
Well,
makes
you can
$5
trade
fucking million
him,
a year.
I'm
Yeah,
saying,
I would trade him. 100%.
That's what I'm saying.
Throw a project, just call it a bad trade. Throw in a third round pick and have some bum team like Phoenix take him.
Because even when Tuca came in, they sent Swayman down.
100%.
So
What do we got for trade rumors right now, Jay Feinsky?
So it's not really explicitly saying what some of
Nothing
these
big's
rumors
coming
are.
up.
Yeah, it's basically just like hinting at some of the stuff, but it's not naming players, just naming teams that are potentially like looking to make moves.
Okay.
Who are the teams looking to make moves?
Let me see here.
So-
Edmonton needs a piece. The Maple Leafs do. We do.
Talking about hearing stuff from the Senators.
They got to be selling.
Yeah, potentially selling. I
wonder who, though.
Pierre Dorian.
Yeah, he's their GM.
they wouldn't sell. They wouldn't
No.
sell like any of their young guys though.
I
no.
want Brady Tkachuk so
He's a fucking beast. I love.
I want
Brady.
Brady Tkachuk so bad.
He's also a captain there. Which
I know,
is
which
crazy.
sucks. Means he's not going to. He's also locked up at 8 per 8.
Yeah.
Rumors going around that the Jets won't sign any free agents by the deadline. Av's still interested in Giroux, but not Fleury.
Claude Giroux, get
Yeah.
him to the bees, man.
Supposedly the price is high on Giroux.
Which is fucking stupid. But whatever.
yeah, and then just talking about some scenarios for the Avalanche and
Bowen Byram's the big trade piece for them.
Can you tell me a little bit about him?
He was the kid they took 4th overall like 2 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, but they're log
Why have I
jammed at
not
D
heard
right now
about
because
him?
he's been hurt this year.
Okay.
Apparently he suffered a pretty big injury, so somebody's gonna have to take a shot on him. I think Florida's staying pat. I think Carolina's gonna stay pat.
What piece would you prioritize for the Bruins to trade for or?
Top 4 nasty defensemen. There's not a lot out there, and Colorado just got probably the biggest one out there with Manson. So that's cool. If I'm honest to God, though, from the Bruins right now, I'm looking at guys like Lawson Krause. Big, tough dude. Dude, he's got like 18 goals.
Really? It's a sleeper.
From where?
Literally.
I was going to say Jacob Chikrin.
Chikrin's a beast. He's a
Chikrin's
fucking
probably,
beast.
Chikrin's probably the best defenseman still available. I would say I would go get him. The other thing is, and then you need like a second line center still.
And it's like the same. It's just the same.
They're out there. It's if you have the ammo. Everyone knows the Bruins prospects suck.
It's the same song and dance with the Bruins every year. It's like
It is.
it's for trade deadline. What are we gonna do? And like we said, they've made some notable moves at trade deadlines
They have.
recently. Like we got the Taylor Hall.
Marcus
thing.
Johansson and Charlie Coyle were great.
That was huge.
Mike
in
Riley was great.
2019. Yep, Mike Riley. So who knows? Maybe they will make a big move. I mean, the past few years they have. So
Yeah.
they got to make a push though. They got to make a push.
We'll see what happens. What else do we have? James Harden against the Nets. This whole now I want you to chime in on this, Jay Fine, because he's embarrassing. I mean, James Harden's a loser. You're a legit loser, man. What an absolute fucking jamoke.
You can't stand James Harden.
I hate him. I can't stay. He's my least liked player. Dude, his whole game revolves around getting fouled.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No.
Camera not on the whole time just now, or did we just?
No. You got a little square in your face. I was just trying to clear it. We're focused in on your face here. The camera loves it.
All right, there we go.
No, James Harden. He's a bum. He's an absolute bum. Dude. He's never going to win a championship. I will tell you that right now. You could put him on the best roster in the world that's cruising into the NBA Finals, and they'll lose it. Like,
is he this generation's Carmelo Anthony?
Yeah, I think.
I mean, who does Carmelo make better?
To be honest, I think James Harden's better on offense than Carmelo.
Really?
I do. I think, like, when it comes down to it, like, James Harden in his prime, like, he's almost uncoverable, but he detracts so much from the team in the game that I don't know. I just don't see you being successful with him as a part of your lineup.
How did the Brooklyn Nets just absolutely blow up? Because they had that fucking big three of
because
him,
Kyrie
and Durant.
because Kyrie Irving and James Harden were two of the three. That's how that happened. So
the locker room plays a huge part in all of
100%
this.
it does. And KD's a bitch.
The toxic,
I hate
the
when he
toxic
tries to-
mixtures with all those fucking personalities and egos.
I'm
Just
also
absolutely
completely out
them.
on Kevin Durant. I'm sorry. I think he's like the biggest bitch in the league. He's so fake
bitch,
tough.
yeah.
It's insane.
Can you also fill me in on what's going on with Kyrie and like him going to games but he's not playing? Is it COVID shit? What is it?
He's not vaccinated, so he can only play like every other home game.
But he's going to games. Courtside.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah,
that is so insane.
it's weird.
To me.
He didn't want to get vaccinated, so it's whatever. But that was cool. Between him, Durant, and James Harden, you have like three of the most fragile egos in the league.
Yep.
I don't know who ever thought that was a good idea. The Rockets made out like bandits, trading James Harden.
Who'd they get in return?
A bunch of fucking draft picks.
Yeah.
No matter if they got a fucking basketball for him, I would. That's about what he's worth. I don't know. He has been working well with Embiid though. Jay Fine.
I mean, how much can two people do? Basketball is one of those you really need an entire team.
Yeah, you do need a village there.
And I don't know, like he just again, like him and Embiid might run some nice 2-man game, but like that's not enough to win.
And if I'm the Sixers, I want that to be Joel Embiid's team.
Yeah,
I think he's the most deserving. I think Joel Embiid's a gamer. I like Joel Embiid. I used to think he was a fucking loser, but now I actually like him because I don't think he's like fake tough. And I think he's a realistic guy. Like when like a couple years ago when like we had that rivalry with them that was kind of brewing, and somebody asked him like, "What's it like playing this developing rivalry with the Celtics?" I remember he dropped a quote. He was like, "There's no rivalry. They kick the shit out of us every time we play them." And I was like, "You know what? I respect that." I'm like, I respect that take.
There was nothing better that year than when we were in Philly. And I think it was we were up 2-0 or 3-0 when they dropped the confetti.
Yeah,
that was like the same time frame you're talking about, right?
100%, yeah. And like, but if you're the Nets, like, what are you gonna do with Ben Simmons?
Yeah, he's
Like,
another.
what are you
He's
doing with
he's
Ben
another
Simmons?
one.
Like, nothing.
No,
Kid I wouldn't take for free.
you swap garbage for garbage. You swap young garbage for old garbage.
In terms of,
that's literally what you did.
Is the NBA the most egotistical?
It's the
sport?
least likable
diva,
league
the
ever.
biggest diva sport.
This
out of
is
the
the
four
era.
major
The
sports.
NBA. This era of the NBA is the least likable superstar era of any league ever.
And you made a good point, and I think it was the first episode when you said you're either a super teamer or you're not a super teamer.
You're either a super teamer or you're
and
not.
the people
James
that are super
Harden's a
teamers aren't
Yep.
liked.
Nope.
Usually aren't liked.
Kevin Durant, super teamer. I've never met anybody that's like, yo, I'm a diehard Kevin Durant fan in my life. Like, never.
But
LeBron,
then guys like Joel Embiid, like he's not a super
Not a
teamer.
super teamer,
He's-
nope.
And he's respected.
respected. Giannis Antetokounmpo, not a super teamer, respected.
Yep.
Kawhi Leonard, not really a super teamer. He went to the Clippers, but like they just signed him and Paul George. They didn't have anybody else.
Right.
Kawhi Leonard, not a super teamer. even guys like Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan, Nikola Jokic.
I feel like even when Kawhi went to, sorry, I don't mean to go back, but I feel like even when he went to Toronto, it wasn't like necessarily he was going there for a super team. Like he was just a big piece that went there, and he performed too.
Dude, their next best player was like fucking Serge Ibaka.
Did they have like DeMar DeRozan?
Oh, I'm sorry,
too?
it was Pascal Siakam.
Did they have DeMar DeRozan?
They traded him for
he was gone
Kawhi.
already. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Completely blanked on that.
That was another thing when DeMar DeRozan was like, yeah, I feel like so disrespected. But bro, stop. Please stop.
They got their championship.
They did, and it worked out. MLB moves so far. Can we get that pulled up if you don't mind, Jay?
MLB has been very active.
It has been very active since this lockout ended.
Personally,
we know Fernando Tatis just got hurt, right?
Yeah.
Personally, for me, like MLB is probably out of the four major sports, the one I follow the least, but I've been seeing a lot of activity too.
Ton of activity here.
There's been a lot going on since the whole lockout got lifted. Which were you surprised by that it got lifted? Because I was hearing they were pretty far away on some things.
Yeah, no, but because at the end of the day, you're just missing out on money.
Andrew McCutchen signs with the Brewers.
Andrew McCutchen.
Andrew McCutchen. Oh, did he? Oh, yeah, his 3-year deal's up with the Phillies. Yeah, that makes sense.
Signed with the Bruins.
Brew Crew.
Let's see what else. The Reds traded outfielder Jesse Winker.
Yep, and Eugenio Suarez.
Yep. For Justin Dunn and Jake Fraley.
Okay, so that's like a prospect first baseman and a prospect pitcher, Justin Dunn. That shows you the Mariners are trying to win right now.
Yeah.
Could tell you that much.
A's trading first baseman Matt Olson.
That's right. This is crazy. Yeah. So the Braves just gave up a ton of prospects to get him, which essentially means that Freddie Freeman isn't getting re-signed in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And if I know you like kind of casually follow the MLB, like Freddie Freeman is kind of like Atlanta's this generation of Atlanta is like Chipper Jones.
Okay.
Like he's their big cornerstone. Like everyone loves him. So it's going to be tough. And the thing is going to be like where he ends up. Now he's from California, so everybody thinks he's going to end up with the Dodgers, but they don't really have a need at first base.
Right.
I would love to see him in Boston. Nice left-hand, but a lot of people are saying he should try, like the Yankees should try and go after him because they need left-handed hitting. I would hate to see him in a Yankee uniform. It's just gross. But that was a big. Matt Olson's a beast too. So that shows you the Braves. Sorry, are trying to still compete.
Yeah.
100%. They also won that World Series essentially like without Ronald Acuna.
How old is Freeman?
34.
Okay.
If you want to double check that, I want to say he's 34.
And age in baseball doesn't really matter.
It does
as
and
much.
it doesn't. It depends on what you are as a
32.
player. 32.
Oh,
okay,
so he's even
gotcha.
younger.
Yeah, so he's a little bit, but he's been there 10 years.
Yeah, but he's
won a World Series.
Exactly, but he's got time left.
100%.
He'll be valuable to another team.
Now him, unlike KG, deserves to get his number retired by the Braves. That's what it looks like when you should get your number retired by the Braves or a team.
How did you like the whole KG retirement?
I thought the
thing in
retirement
Boston?
ceremony was great. I thought Paul Pierce running out for the hug with him and Ray Allen was weird.
I thought it was kind of cool that Ray Allen was there, though.
I thought it was cool that Ray Allen was there.
shouted him out. And
yeah,
shit.
like that was
cool to
like,
see.
It was nice to see. I liked that. But then, they're like in the middle of like this hug thing, and then like Paul Pierce runs out and like, why?
just kind of made it awkward a little.
Yeah,
bit.
I don't know why. Like again, Paul Pierce.
Whatever.
Like,
the fans liked it.
Yeah,
whatever. Fuck it. It's a show.
Yeah, and if you say anything, the green team's gonna jump down your throat. So.
And oh my god, dude, the fucking amount of numbers they have. Like just watch.
I told you how absurd is it, dude? There's two sheets.
Just watching him like raise the banner, and there's like 3 rows of numbers, and then his numbers. It's just like so like. Weird, dude.
The problem is like he qualifies based on the precedent the Celtics have set, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, they got like 3 or 4 legit bums from like the 50s up there. These guys that average 6 and 7 points a game.
I couldn't even tell you their names.
That never. It was Casey Jones.
Don't even know who that is.
He used to coach the Celtics forever afterwards. But like, dude, like you average like 7 points a game and never made an All-Star team. Why is your number retired?
Right.
There's a couple other guys, random guys from the fucking 50s and 60s that just shouldn't be up there. But
any more MLB moves?
Any more MLB moves?
MLB moves?
Yeah,
There we go.
couple of
we
things.
got a bunch of them.
Padres reportedly showing interest in Chris Bryant.
That'd be big. I don't know how they have any more money left to spend, but that'd be big.
Phillies agreed to deal with Kyle Schwarber.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Damn.
23 minutes ago.
How long? What's the term on that?
It's a Yamsky on that one.
Let me look real quick. Also, before I click on that and navigate away, Sayaka Suzuki and the Cubs have a deal in place, and the Blue Jays and the A's agreed to a Chapman trade.
So now the Blue Jays are getting Matt Chapman?
That's what it looks like.
And the A's are rebuilding again. This is insane with this team. They get these insane prospects that come up and they make a run, and if they don't win the World Series, they sell them off.
That's
Chapman
crazy.
and Olsen are beasts. So Chapman's their third
Gotcha.
baseman. Olsen's their first baseman.
Okay.
And they both fucking mash.
Yeah.
But you never see a lot of them because they're in Oakland.
Yeah,
It's fucking
the Athletic.
obnoxious. I hate the A's. I really hate them. I'm sorry. That's so annoying.
Pending a physical, Kyle Schwarber's deal is 4 years with an average annual value of just under $20 million.
What? Really?
Yeah.
20 mil.
God damn.
Kyle Schwarber, baby.
Yes. Is that because the DH is happening in there now? Because he's not a good defensive outfielder and he's a minus defensive first baseman. That's got to be because the DH is in both things now. Really, I'm sorry, I wouldn't pay a DH that much money. I just wouldn't. A guy that just hits, no chance. The only guy that should be asking for over $30 million a year in the MLB, I'm sorry, is Shohei Ohtani. It's him. Because he does both.
Yeah.
Because he pitches and he's nasty, and he plays the field and he hits and he's nasty. The only guy that can ask for that absurd amount of money, because you do both.
So when is opening day pushed to now?
I want to say is it
Next few weeks?
hey here.
It's got to be, right?
It's got to be.
Thursday the 31st.
Oh, okay, so it's not terrible.
2 weeks from now.
Yeah, 2 weeks from now. It's not bad. Wonder how the product's going to be.
It's
Are they playing spring training games? They better, or else the first month of the MLB season is going to be atrocious. Slam the under.
Slam the under.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they are. It looks like the spring training games start tomorrow.
Oh, good. All right, so they'll get like 2 weeks of games in.
Yeah.
It's better than the spring training being like a month long. It's so stupid.
I'm glad they figured out that lockout. People need to fucking see the sport, baby. You
They
can't
do.
Be fucking
And
holding
plus,
out.
dude, it gives you something to watch every night in the
100%.
summer. In the dog days
I'm
of
fucking
summer.
excited.
All right, we're moving into pop culture now, guys, to finish up this the pod. We got...
I love this first topic.
Pete Davidson and Kanye. So I'm going to give my take on this right now.
Go ahead,
Okay?
yeah.
Pete Davidson annoys the shit out of me. I'll be the first person to admit that. I do.
Okay.
I think he's funny, but he comes off as like cunty and like snippy, and like those type of dudes annoy the shit out of me. On the offset here, Kanye West is severely mentally ill, needs psychiatric help, and what he's doing with this whole is like, dude, it ain't funny.
At the end of the day, Pete's right.
He is right. He 100% is right.
He's right.
I saw the text, and yeah, it's a whole I'm in bed with your wife thing, which I get it. Like, I wanted to be mad at Pete Davidson for that, but then I'm thinking about everything that Kanye West has said about this kid for like 3 weeks.
The music video thing.
Made the
where he,
music video
fucking was
thing,
burying
yeah,
him and
like
shit.
threatened him and stuff like that, so I get it.
I kind of get where you're coming from though.
He's
with
got
Pete
yeah,
Davidson.
he's entitled to a comeback for sure, 100%.
He's I think he's funny, but I do agree with you, and like sometimes it can kind of get a little annoying. Like,
Yeah,
how
like
he
he-
just goes about things.
Yeah, he's just yeah, exactly.
And I
Like
feel like
he knows his way to fit into things, and like
I feel like he's one of those Gen Z like figures now that they just like hype up, and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, Pete Davidson.
yeah, 100%.
Especially on fucking TikTok, I see it all the time. People
It's
are just hyping
insane.
him up, and like honestly, the guy is funny. He's talented, but I get where you're coming from, because I feel like a lot of
definitely
people
has the energy of a guy that has a Hillary Clinton tattoo on his arm.
Yeah,
Let's just go
yeah.
with that. Like that's the best way I can describe Pete. Because he literally has a tattoo. Of
Does
Hillary
he actually
Clinton.
have
Oh,
a-
I swear to God, yeah, he's got it on his forearm.
Hillary Clinton.
Swear to God, look it up.
Hey here,
Hey here.
I believe you.
This is before the election that she lost to Trump. It was insane. I'm like, dude, this kid is fucking. What the fuck is that?
Yeah,
Whatever.
but with the whole situation, I think, I also just finished the Kanye documentary, the Genius one that came out on
Okay.
Netflix. Pretty good. You should check it out. It's crazy, and it's actually kind of disturbing because it's 3 parts. So the first part of the documentary is kind of just him trying to get into Rockefeller, because he was a producer for a long time.
Yeah.
And then he was trying to become a rapper, but no one really took him seriously.
Nobody.
He's a
Yeah, I
producer.
remember this. Yep.
End of the first part, he signs at Rockefeller. Then the second part is his whole College Dropout album, him making the album. Still kind of getting his respect up, and then he drops it, becomes a fucking superstar. Third one is kind of how he ascends and kind of leaves some people behind, does his own thing, and then he rekindles with people that were in his old circle. And the guy that's narrating it was in his old circle, and he was like, yeah, I knew Kanye, but I never met Yeezy. And when he met Yeezy, quote unquote, he was just mirroring how how much of a difference his personality shifted, where all that fame and like whatever it is got to his head, and he literally had to he checked into a psychiatric hospital at one point.
He should be on medication. Coming from somebody who listen, this dude is, I'm not trying to play psychiatrist, but like this guy, Kanye West is the most atypical manic bipolar person I've ever seen 100%. In my life. He needs medication and he needs to see a psychiatrist because the shit that he's doing with Kim Kardashian, dude, it ain't funny.
And in the third part, it shows times where he's just having a normal conversation and then like a switch, he just starts like freaking out about something and going on a rant. And they just have to stop filming because he's just like...
And then everybody's like, Kanye's a mad genius. No, this dude is just manic and like off his ass. Like you need you need meds. You need medication.
Yeah, mental illness like isn't something to fuck around with. Like it's a real thing, you know. Yeah. Everyone deals with it. Everybody deals
with some form of it. Everybody does.
But
legit.
I do agree, like musical wise and his mind, he's a smart fucking guy. He is. But the shit that he's doing isn't genius like people are labeling it.
It's
just
cringe
like,
as fuck. It's weird as shit, and it's like, dude, like
unsettling, a little disturbing.
It is, yeah. People in his circle like stop with the yes man bullshit and tell this kid that you're like, yo, wake the fuck up, you'll be an idiot.
That's just like those Kanye stans that are like obsessed with him.
The absolute worst.
But yeah, I think with the whole situation overall, Pete Davidson is right. He's entitled to have a little comeback. It's going to be interesting to see how the rest of it plays out. As of now, did you see like the text message
I read
thread?
Thing.
Like, I mean, we'll see where it goes from here. Is Pete Davidson going to go on SNL and stop making fun of Kanye, and then it spins into something else?
But if that's all true, what he said, I respect him for that.
Yeah, we'll see.
I respect him for that
because
in
the text he was like offering to give him help and shit too, or some shit. But he was also kind of poking at him. So it was
So that's why that's what pisses me off about Pete Davidson. He knows how to walk that line of being a cunt and like still trying to be this likable guy. That's
kind of hypocritical in a way.
Yeah, that's what pisses me off. And he knows what he's doing too. That's the best part. Is Pete Davidson knows exactly what he's doing. Like he's not like just like this golden retriever that everybody's like, yeah, well, he's just doing it. No, he knows what he's doing.
It'll be interesting to see how that all plays out.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it, I guess. Next up is Naomi Osaka.
Yeah, so you can take the lead on this.
So she was at this tennis tournament over last week. Some fan was like, you suck. Something like that.
Also, sorry, not to cut you off, but just for casual listeners like myself, I didn't even I heard her name, but I didn't know who she was. She's like a famous tennis player.
She's a huge female tennis player. Yeah, big. She's like she was #1 in the world for a while.
Gotcha.
She's got like how many Grand Slams? She got several. I don't know how many.
But yeah, continue with the story.
Yeah, but
she was at a tournament.
So she goes over once she hears this guy say this to the line judge, asks to borrow the microphone to address the person.
Oh my God.
Finishes the match, she loses, and then starts crying in the after thing interview on the mic. Like, when you say things like that to people, and it's like, dude, what are we doing here? She's the poster child for like the participation trophy generation. I'm sorry, that's pathetic. I don't want to hear like, oh, it's strong of her to like. No, if your mental state is that fragile, you should not be competing in pro sports. You should be away getting the help that you need to come back in a stronger mental capacity. You should not be on a stage in front of people trying to perform in athletics at the highest level.
Imagine someone in like the 4 major sports doing that. It's just in like tennis, like these sports, they want to be put up there with these other athletes. If you're a professional athlete, you can't do that.
You can't.
And it's like it's tough to tell someone that has emotions like you can't express that, but not. There's a time and a place.
Sure, they're absolutely. Wait till the press conference after the fucking thing.
Yes, exactly.
Wait till the press conference
to stop.
Don't stop the match and try and take the fucking line judge's mic, you clown. What are you doing?
That's an egotistical thing too.
Yeah, you're just like now. You just want to hear yourself talk.
There's
like the queen of it, I should say, Serena Williams. No one loves to hear themselves talk more than her, and it's just like. Naomi Osaka, dude, like, again, if you're really struggling that bad mentally, like, step away from the sport, go get help, and come back when you feel like you're ready to go. Stop embarrassing yourself.
How was the, how did social media take all this? Or what were people saying
There's a
about
lot
it?
of people kind of, like, jumping on her side because you can't criticize anybody talking about mental health now.
Yeah.
You just can't.
Yeah.
You can't criticize. Now, as soon as somebody brings mental health into the thing, they're automatically, like, got this golden aura about them where like they can't be touched and they're invincible and stuff like that, and they're above criticism.
Meanwhile, literally everyone deals with mental health
Literally
issues.
everybody
Everyone deals
with
with
some kind of mental
anxiety.
health issue.
Everyone
Yeah,
deals with
it's
everything.
like I'm so like again, I'm just like at this point with the conversation, it's like it's just so pushed down people's throats, and you keep hearing this over and over and over.
Ties
again,
back
I'm
to
like,
everything
dude,
in society and just how soft everything is. And
100%.
not
and,
saying that mental illness is soft, but
Right.
just the way people go about it and how you voice it.
Yeah, 1,000%. It's like not everybody has to know with what you deal with. They don't. Everybody deals with their own shit.
You should seek a professional for something like
if
that.
you're really struggling that bad, seek out professional help.
Yep.
Do not go to social media for validation. Like that's not the way to medicate what you're dealing with right now. So Naomi Osaka, for the time being, Clown Town joke show. Scott Hall passed away.
Yes. So
The bad guy.
Scott Hall, to give my point of view on it, I've always knew who he was, but for my generation, I'm 22. I probably followed wrestling, WWE from like 8 to probably 13, 14 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So he was before me. So I don't know too much about Scott
You're
Hall.
in like the Cena era.
Yes.
The face of the
Correct.
company Cena era,
Correct.
I should say.
Correct. Yeah, Cena. Yeah.
Because
he was
Cena
huge.
came out when I was in middle school, and he
I
was just like
loved-
he was a jobber. He was like a kid with a gimmick. He was that white rapper gimmick,
Yep.
and it was funny.
But then he became a superstar.
Then he ascended to the next
I was
level.
like superstar level was like Cena, Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy.
Okay.
Who else was up there? Like Rey Mysterio.
Right.
That was like my era of people I loved.
Right.
What? So give me your perspective
So
on
Scott Hall was like, he came in the WWF as Razor Ramon.
it. Interesting.
And like Razor Ramon, he was, by the way, I don't know if he could even do Razor Ramon now because somebody would be like, he's appropriating Hispanic culture, even though the character was
God.
fucking awesome. He was this guy, he had the slick back hair. He had like one string of hair.
But he's a white guy.
100% white. He's from Maryland.
Yeah.
100%
There's
white
there's not a chance you could do that now.
guy. But so yeah, and he did this whole like Tony Montana.
Let's be real.
personality. Yeah, it was like
It's
he,
funny,
and-
but like
and
let's
dude,
be
no,
real.
But like he talked with he was like, "Hey Chico, you know who I am? You know what I'm
That's
here to
funny.
do tonight?" Like stuff like that. But the character was unreal.
Like he did it really good.
He did it great. He was awesome. He was a super creative mind, and like he came in, and I remember he had the first ever ladder match with Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 8, I want to say, and it was
Wow.
insane.
Yeah. So he was way.
He was a
back.
legend. Yeah,
he
was
had
great.
to have been before you. Like kind of got into it too.
He came in like 92.
Okay.
So like I was born in 92.
Yep.
So my early memories are of Scott Hall, mostly with WCW and NWO.
Mm-hmm.
But he was such a creative-minded guy. Like he first off, if you look up like a young picture of Scott Hall, dude, he looked like he was 45. Like the dude was a monster of a guy,
Yeah,
like a
he's a
huge
beast.
ass dude. But anyways, he nailed this Razor Ramon character. He goes to Vince McMahon because he felt like he kind of plateaued with the company. They wouldn't put him over, and he's like, "What else can I do?" Vince is like, "Nothing. That's all I see you doing right now." He goes and signs with WCW. Him and Kevin Nash go. They become bigger than life because Kevin Nash was Diesel in WWF,
Okay.
and they became friends. And their crew was called the Clique in WWF. It was Shawn Michaels, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and Sean Waltham, who was X-Pac.
Okay. Yep. I got
That's how long he's been around.
See, like I've heard the names. Like obviously I know
he
Shawn
was the
Michaels,
1, 2, 3
but
kid. That's who he
Yeah,
like broke in
gotcha,
as. Yeah.
gotcha.
So,
how was his like image in like modern day today? Like was he still known? Like was
dude, he's a Hall of Famer. He's the
yes.
only 2-time Hall of Famer.
was he involved in anything like big now? Like after his career? Like
After
what did he
his
get
career,
into?
no. He. So what happened was he struggled with drugs and alcohol for most of his career.
Yeah.
Like a lot of wrestlers unfortunately do. That's kind of like what ended his like wrestling actual career. Was like, dude, he was showing up drunk or fucked up,
Really?
and they couldn't put him in the ring because it's like, dude, like
You
you're.
can't do
And
that.
then like the
You're
sick
an
thing was,
entertainer.
dude, like they tried to write it in as like a work.
What do you mean?
Like a work is something that's like in like an angle for a wrestler, dude. They tried like to make it funny that he was like drunk. Like they'd have him come out with a cup of booze.
It's kind of fucked up.
They'd have him on the mic drunk. Like,
Yeah.
dude, you were enabling this guy when he clearly has a
100%.
fucking problem,
100%.
and he should be in rehab or
They
something
just
like
like
that.
took that angle off.
Yeah, they
him,
took the angle and
which
like
is
made it
fucked
a
up.
thing. They were like, "Fuck it, we can't get him clean. We might as well use it. We might as well swing this."
It's crazy.
And it's like, dude, like, what did that do for the guy in the long run besides like set him back? And
So what did he pass away with?
he had complications from a surgery he just had.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know
Yeah.
what the surgery was for?
I don't. I'm assuming it was probably something on his heart because I know he'd had like troubles with that.
I mean, yeah, if he had troubles with alcohol, probably.
Yeah, dude, like just the years, and dude, it could have been steroids too. The years of wear and tear on these guys' bodies.
Those wrestlers, bro, they were all fucking shot up and
all
shit.
Shot up. If you look at Scott Hall, bro, you were like, this dude might have been juicing. This dude was fucking.
Even my era, like there was definitely guys juicing up. Probably
Randy
all
Orton
of
used to
them.
juice his face.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Kidding me? His neck was out to fucking here.
They like test fucking.
But he came up with the NWO. And the NWO was like the craziest thing. Like that was like right after DX. And like him, Hulk Hogan and those guys, like they were like, and Kevin Nash, when they came out with NWO, when they brought X-Pac into, it was like, dude, it was the craziest like angle thing that anybody, you see like the Shield. Mm-hmm. Remember the Shield?
Yes.
Not even remotely close to what NWO was. NWO was on top of the planet.
Really?
And they were in WCW to start.
Yep.
And they went to WWF when they got bought out.
That's crazy.
Scott Hall, and the other thing is, you know Sting?
Yes.
He came up with Sting's whole character for him.
So he was fucking a creative
guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man.
That sucks to see someone go like that.
He came up with the Razor Ramon character, one of the most iconic in wrestling ever, and Sting.
Yep.
Who's
That's
a legend.
wild. Yeah. Two fucking staples.
And NWO.
Yep. See, NWO was like I don't remember NWO.
NWO was when I was a kid.
Gotcha.
And like I said,
I think I saw more towards the end of like DX.
Yeah, they were like the cool bad guys.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
That's
so
awesome. Well, rest in peace to him.
Rest in peace, Scott Hall. Dude, he was 63.
That's scary.
And his whole thing, by the way, he had just gotten he'd been sober in recent years. Actually, so Diamond Dallas Page started this thing in Georgia. He does like yoga and sobriety treatment for like wrestlers and stuff.
That's cool.
Teaches them yoga, teaches them like life discipline, and he saved a ton of people. Jake the Snake Roberts, Scott Hall was another one of his big, like, I don't want to say projects, but his like,
you know what I mean? People he was helping out.
Yeah, dude. So he was he helps a ton of wrestlers out that are like going through shit. And it works with Scott Hall.
That sucks to see someone that's recovered or, made recovery.
Yeah, he did.
Went through recovery, and then they end up passing
away.
he
was still banged up in terms of like mentally and like physically. Like he was having trouble getting around. He had a hip replacement surgery and shit. But like he was sober. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's just a tough way to see a guy. It's a sad ending to like a story that like it just shows you, bro. Not everything has a Hollywood ending.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Life is fucking not fair, man. And it doesn't matter. Everything could be going right, and one thing goes wrong, and that's it.
It's like, yeah. And this is another comparison of just like not a Hollywood ending. Like the whole fucking Kobe Bryant. Like that was the fucking
I still can't believe he's dead.
It's fucking crazy.
I can't believe he's dead.
It's crazy.
Still, that still hasn't like hit me the right way.
I've
insane.
never had a non like family or friend death impact
Is
like
that
hit me as hard as Kobe Bryant.
And I gotta say, dude, I was the biggest Robin Williams fan of all time. So when I found out he killed himself, it was
I loved
insane.
Robin Williams, dude.
Loved him. Kobe Bryant is still the most like
out of nowhere.
No, completely nowhere.
A helicopter crash. Like what the fuck?
Kobe was one of those guys you thought would be around forever.
Invincible. He's like one of those guys that you just looked at as like immortal.
You thought he was going to be like a Dr. J or a Bill Russell, just one of those Michael Jordan, one of those guys just around.
You can
forever.
picture him like courtside with the cane, like 100%, type thing.
Yeah, 1,000%. Just weird. Who are the other impactful celebrity deaths? I think Kobe's the biggest for all of us, obviously. Yeah. Robin Williams is the biggest one for me.
I'm trying to think of more. Kobe was definitely the one that like really shook the world in this generation.
Yep, 100%. I got to say, you know what was a crazy one? I mean, on a much smaller scale, Juice WRLD.
Yeah. I saw his documentary too.
The documentary was cool. Would you watch it?
Sad, dude. It's sad.
It is sad.
Juice WRLD, I always was I was a fan. I followed him. I wasn't like a diehard.
He's like your era, though.
Yes, he was. But I didn't realize the impact he had on so many people.
I know, it was insane.
Watching and like how packed out his concerts got.
Also,
and shit.
The other thing I didn't realize about him is a lot of people try to say that like his death was, again, no disrespect to his memory, that his death was like an accident. It wasn't. He was just that fucked up.
That's the shit that like really fucks with me, is because when they tell the story, if you go and watch the documentary if you haven't, he got really fucked up, took pills and shit on the plane.
He had an addiction problem.
People thought the mainstream story is that he took all those pills because he found out the cops were coming to raid the plane. But they didn't know that they were going to raid the plane, right? It just like kind of happened at the same time.
He just took that many Pills.
he just got a little more fucked up that day than usual and ended up just overloading his system. But
100%.
yeah, no, that's a good comparison, especially for the younger Gen Z generation.
Yep.
He was a huge.
Paul
death.
Walker was a big one too.
Yep, he was.
Paul Walker was a big one because that kind of came out of nowhere too.
Yep.
Yeah,
There's a lot. We'll have to do a segment on.
we might have to do a segment.
Celebrity
no,
deaths.
100%. And then some mass places that I ate at this week. You guys want to go over that really quick?
So we're gonna go over Massachusetts.
How did you like
places.
Valari?
Valari was great. Valari and Rivera Italian restaurant. It's a nice place. It's really nice. And you wouldn't expect. I don't want to like shit on Rivera, but like the location it's in, you wouldn't expect like a really nice Italian place.
No,
to
it's
be
like in the
there.
middle of Broadway.
Like it looks like it should be on Hanover Street in the North End.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly,
yeah. No.
But no, great place. I had the your boys on 75 Hard, and we were just talking about this. But yeah, I had chicken palm, no pasta. Because I'm dying a little bit, but I had that. I had some salad. It was really fucking good. My girlfriend got she got fettuccine alfredo. Pasta was great, she said, and just like great staff. Really good vibe. They had like TVs up, sports games on too. So it's like kind of like a fancy Italian restaurant, but at the same time, there's like games and
They
shit
got a
on.
little everything, which is nice in
dope.
Valari. You know what I mean?
Great owner, Chris. He's a great guy.
Always heard good things about him.
Yeah. So Valari was really good. Have you? What have you eaten?
Yeah.
The last
I went
weeks?
Friday night. I went out to I made my trip out to Trip and Trek.
Trep.
That's a trick and trek.
Made
Yeah.
my trep.
Med Trep. Made a trip out to Waltham with this girl that I met. Have you spent any time in Waltham?
I went to college in Waltham.
This place is fucking unreal.
Which place?
Moody's. I was on Moody Street. I was in Franco's.
Oh, yeah.
Unreal.
Wait.
Buddy, bury me in that joint. I loved it.
We gotta go to this.
Wait,
fucking
this is
place.
actually...
We have to go.
This is hysterical to hear you say Franco's is like a dope restaurant, because when I first got to Bentley in 2012, Franco's
Still the
was
glory days.
the dive bar that you would go get pizza in a beer tower and just get shit-faced.
No,
and
it's
play-
not even a
and play
restaurant. It's
darts.
the same thing.
Oh, it's still
what you
the same
just-
thing.
Oh, yeah. Dude.
Okay, I
It's not
thought
that-
you were
it's not a
saying like...
No, I'm just saying it was an unreal time.
Oh, yeah. No, this place is
Buddy, I'm
it's just a
chilling with
little
this chick
hole- yeah.
having a quesadilla. It's like 11 o'clock at night. They only keep appetizers open. You literally go order. So when you walk in the actual front door, right? It's like it looks like a regular roast beef joint with the menu above you and everything like that. You
Really?
just walk up, yeah. And then you go through this door on the right, and it becomes the bar.
Interesting.
And then the back room is like the karaoke dance floor stage
Wow.
thing. And then there's people shooting pool at a couple tables. The next little section.
This
over.
sounds like heaven to me.
It's
Why
unreal.
have I never heard of this
It's-
place?
dude, and then they got like the Bruins game on the TV.
How the fuck did you find this place?
She brought me.
Is she from Waltham?
She's from Newton, which is
Wow.
5 minutes down the street.
We definitely gotta
Franco's
check
in
that out.
Waltham is like a it's like a towny staple.
But it's
Yeah.
dude. The people in there, everybody's just chilling,
Yeah.
ripping. Dude, the DJ that they had for karaoke, right? Said in the TikTok, by the way, semi-viral TikTok, not a big deal. Dude, this 6'4", like 300-pound guy with red hair, a beard, and glasses, with like a construction T-shirt on, jeans, and like
Unreal.
Red Wing boots.
Just a TikTok waiting to happen.
Just a fucking kid, electric, bro.
Character.
And dude, but the best thing is like, dude, like, people would come up, and by the way, the people that sing karaoke at Franco's, they sing karaoke. Like, they're performing. The people are into it. It's great. It gets everybody into it. It's awesome. Between songs, this dude comes out from behind the booth and, like, sings.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And he doesn't, like, sing, dude. Like, he's like you put on, like, Tennessee whiskey with, like, Chris Daly. He's like, Tennessee whiskey. Like, buddy is hitting notes.
He's got that twang to his
Dude,
voice a little bit.
Dude, he did it on like 4 songs. Dude. He's like, the kid has a pretty good voice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so like even if you're like you're not watching people perform karaoke, this dude's out just like trying to sing you a song. It's
That's
great.
great. Hey, sponsor?
It's awesome.
Francos want to sponsor the
I
pod?
wish Franco's would sponsor.
Well,
I give him a free spot.
Might have to shoot them a DM.
I might have to, dude. They reposted my
Live-
TikTok and shit too. Yeah, I
Live
might have to
podcast
say, hey,
at Franco's?
buddy.
Holy shit.
Please, but dude, there was a chick like with like a camo Bruins jersey on with like hair tight braids and stuff. I was like, this is unreal.
We're giving them some serious promo right now.
They deserve
you gotta,
it,
you
bro.
gotta, you gotta
They
clip. You gotta
deserve it.
clip this and send this. to
They
them. Be like,
deserve
hey,
it,
we
man.
need you guys.
They deserve it, dude. It was unreal. And then I went to Marco's Cucina Italiana up on Route 1.
Tell me about that.
The place right before Sonic.
Okay.
You know
was
that
it?
little plaza?
Probably, yeah.
So if we went in there, you would be like, yo, this place belongs in the North End.
Okay.
Authentic.
Gotcha.
Everything's like dark marble.
That's cool.
Dope. Little like cool like artisan wine bottles all over the place.
You know what I liked a lot
Shit.
was it Angela's we went to?
Yep.
On
How'd you
Route
feel
1?
about Angie's?
Really fucking good.
They had a high view TikTok too. I just gave them
One
a
of
24,000.
Oh, you posted TikTok about them?
Oh yeah. We didn't get the pizza even, bro.
Angela's great fucking wings.
How's those wings?
Great fucking wings.
I mean, what a wing. So simple too, man.
It's gonna be a top 5 wing I've had, honestly.
Dude, it's just a grilled chicken wing with some seasoning and lemon on it. It's nothing. It's
fucking
no raw.
straight protein gains.
Buddy.
We gotta get when I'm off this diet, we gotta get that pizza.
Buddy, and then the pita.
Oh, unreal.
How it's like marinated with like.
I fucking love food, dude. It's like I'm such a foodie.
We I gotta say this pod is big foodies, and I guarantee you when we get into like the food TikTok game,
Yeah.
it's over for everybody.
Yeah.
By the way, I just want to let everybody know.
100%.
Once we start touring restaurants and bars, see ya.
Easy money.
See
Talk
ya.
about food all day.
Oh my god, yeah. But Mark, I got the pizza at Marco's. I ask for light sauce on pizza because I hate heavy tomato sauce.
Okay.
The problem with Marco's was the taste is great, the cheese is good. They do like Angela's, and it's like a light basil on the top too, which I love now.
Yeah, I've never had Angela's
Unreal.
pizza. Yeah.
The crust is thin for Marco's, which is great. The problem is the toppings are heavy.
Okay.
It's a 7.4 pie. Good.
How's the flop on that if the toppings are everything
Flop
crust?
was not as bad as you would think it was.
Really?
It got worse as the pizza cooled off.
Yeah. Gotcha.
But even still, like 7.4 pie.
That's good.
That's
solid.
good. It's a
It's
good. It's a
pie.
good pizza. It just
Especially for like restaurants. I feel like sometimes restaurants kind of like
yeah.
they're not like a big emphasis on pizza.
And I can tell like if I got this like just at the table with me and you.
yeah,
Oh my god, I'd be like, this is money.
need a pizza each.
1000%. Yeah, no, but
That's great, dude.
fair price too. $11 for the small margarita.
That's
I'll
awesome.
take it.
I'll have to check it out.
Dude, Angela's does a personal pizza for $7.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't tell me that. Another food place I'll shout out, Chini's in the North End.
Yeah.
Huge Chini's guy. Obviously, I'm not eating there
I don't
right
even
now.
like arancinis, man, and I like those mini rice balls, dude.
And
I really do.
The dude Joe who owns the place has a very interesting story. I don't want to get into it just because it's his story. I don't want to hop on it too much, but very cool story how he came up with the concept of Chini's. He like loved his grandmother's rice balls, so he was actually. I'm not going to get into it. I'm going to let him tell the story if he wants to. But he thought
Maybe
of
have
this
an episode on the pod.
He thought, yeah, maybe he thought of this concept, and it was the mini arancini. That's what it is, Chini's. They're about as big as fucking
A little bit bigger than a golf ball.
a little bit bigger than a golf ball, and they're loaded with like cheese. They have some with
Mac and cheese one's my favorite.
mac and cheese ones. They have like a buffalo one, which is really good.
They do.
They have like a
I think they have a spinach and Asiago
spinach one. Yep.
Yeah.
So they're very good, and that's like a hot spot for late night. They're open till like 3 a.m.
They are.
So people go there after Bruins games. They go there after the bars close at 2.
Guys, if you're going to the Garden for anything, or you're around that area, around the Garden, you're either going to Halftime Pizza or Chini's afterwards.
Chini's and
1000%.
halftime we'll get into a little more when we have.
Absolutely.
We're gonna partner with them possibly.
And the other thing is, what's last thought of the day? What's a place you've been meaning to try that like we got to try?
So I'm a huge, and this isn't like a high-end places or anything, but I'm a huge beef guy. I love roast beefs.
I don't like roast beef. It's
Really?
crazy. Yeah,
I love
got away
roast
from- You know
beefs.
why? I'm hypersensitive to it. I don't digest it well.
Really?
Yeah,
I
fucks
fucking
with
love
me, bro.
beefs, but I haven't tried a lot of
Are
beefs.
you in the North Shore Beefs Facebook group?
No, but I've seen it. I haven't tried a lot of
Zero
beefs.
interest in it, but
Yeah, but I've heard there's some sweet spots out there. Like the number one beef is what's the one in Woburn that everyone talks about all the time?
Jamie's.
Yes, Jamie's is up there in like the top 3. Then there's one. There's
Eighth
one
is in
there's-
Peabody.
Yes, one in Peabody. I've only had like, and this is a sleeper.
I love
beef.
Royals.
Shout out Royals and shout out Nick's Place in Winthrop. Very good beef.
Actually, is a very
good beef.
Actually, is a pretty good
People
beef.
kind of shit on Nick's Place, but they have great beefs there. But Royals is another one. They were a staple in the community. They still are, but then they had a fire in, I want to say 2018, reopened 6 months ago, I want to say, and
Also
they're back at it now.
Also a phenomenal cheeseburger, by the way. I just want to throw that.
Yeah,
out there
they
really
got
quick.
good chicken fingers there too. I love
Everything
chicken
is
fingers.
Unreal, dude.
Yeah,
I love good like to go food like that,
Me
dude.
too.
And by the way, if you guys notice, whenever we get into food shit, bro, I'm gonna tell you guys last thought on this podcast before we end for the day. Me and this kid could not be any less fancy. So
Yeah.
we don't care about how fancy your joint is.
Don't
nothing
give a
like
fuck.
that. The more dingy and fucking dive bar
Yes,
it is,
yes.
the more we're like, we're there.
low key, kind of hole in the wall.
Also, not that it's dingy or anything like that. We both love Sylvan Street
Sylvan Street.
Grill.
Oh yeah,
took
Sylvan
you
Street
up there
Grill.
that
Yeah,
time.
yep. Very fucking good place.
And of course, shout out to Kelly's Pub.
Kelly's
Square Pub.
Kelly's Pub,
It's the
Eastie.
greatest place on planet Earth.
Did you want to?
That's pretty much it, buddy.
It's pretty much it for this
I
pod.
think that's pretty much it, guys. That's episode 4, Mass Appeal. Stay tuned for our biggest guest yet next week. it's going to make a lot more sense with this NFL free agency shit. Somebody that would definitely know more about this than we would.
A lot more about
like that.
local sports too.
Yeah.
Local sports, local guy.
Local sports media.
Yeah. He's dabbled around in different places.
I mean, Buddy is on one of the
biggest
two big
flagships.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's
we'll keep it at that.
yeah.
though.
We got a big
We'll
one
keep it
coming
at
in.
that.
We got a big one coming in, literally and figuratively.
Stay tuned for that
Yeah,
announcement.
guy's the size of the doorway too, so that'll be fun.
Fucking host.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for that announcement. It was a good episode. We kind of got into a little bit of everything.
Yep. And next week makes a month on this podcast. How time flies.
Anything else to look out for before we close this episode, or we're just
We got
gonna
a promo. We got a promo with a local seltzer beverage coming out this week.
right?
So stay tuned for that. Could be a potential partner for this podcast. That's a wrap. Great show. And yeah, guys, thank you for listening to episode 4 of the Mass Appeal podcast. I'm your boy Mark Lewis. And
again, we are at the Hedge Quarters
That's
at
right.
Hedge Better
Studios.
in Braintree. It's your boy Tommy, and that's gonna close out episode 4.
Take it easy, guys. Have a good one. Great episode.